Well, hello friends. Grove Witch here, aka Shadow Witch. I actually go by both. I'm just having the one YouTube channel for now, but if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'll put it in the links below. I go by Grove Witch or Shadow Witch 77. So you can find me under either one on Instagram. So welcome back if you are returning. We're going for a little bit of the gypsy witch vibe today, I guess. It's kind of like, I don't know, I thought this was cute and I did not feel like trying to mess with my hair today. So that's the vibe of the day. You will see me looking down. I do have my journal to look at my notes today because I do have ADHD, so I can get off track and I can go on tangents. So the purpose of this video today, two things really. One, I'm going to channel messages from King Belial or Belial, however you like to say. I personally like to say Belial, but however. So I'll put a timestamp below if you want to just skip past to the channel messages from King Belial. But I also wanted to just kind of explain about my journey and my channel and kind of why I'm here and things like that. So, and if you hear some stomping, and I'm so sorry, literally she wasn't home. We got some of the worst neighbors here and she literally stomps like an elephant. So if you hear that throughout the video, I'm sorry, I apologize. I walk the middle path is how I put it. You have the right hand path, you have the left hand path. But what I want to do on this channel is create a safe space for people of all paths, whether you're into witchcraft, the occult, esoteric, whether you're just beginning in your journey, you're a new witch or mage, magician, alchemist, whatever, or you're halfway, through it, or you're an expert, whatever. A place where we can all share freely and safely about any of these topics, to break down the rules and the norms and to tell gatekeepers to shut the hell up and to just impress upon you that your path is your own and you can incorporate whatever you want. It is your personal path, and especially if you're a new witch per se or a newbie or whatever, and you will get a lot of gatekeepers, especially in groups like Facebook and stuff like that, that say that you can or cannot do XYZ. You can only use a tarot deck if it's gifted to you, or you cannot call yourself, you can't follow the Norse paganism or that path unless you actually have Norse ancestry, or some of these other ridiculous things. That's not true. Your path is your path, and please do not listen to gatekeepers. Always do your research, always. Yes, I'm not saying there is a such thing as closed practices like Santeria or hoodoo. These things are, there are such a thing as closed practices, which you have to be born into that family. I'm not, talking about that, things like that, but overall, don't listen to the gatekeepers. Do your own research, and trust your own gut. Listen to your own intuition. On my path, I work with all beings, and it just started that, many years ago. I'll just say a little bit about my journey about 10-12 years ago. When I was 15, I kind of delved into it a little bit, but I was raised born again Christian. So, I was raised my whole life that crystals and tarot, horror movies, rock music, all of these things were of the devil. And I went to bed almost every night terrified that the devil was coming to get me, or demons were under my bed waiting to drag me to hell. No lie. And I had to go to psychiatrists, and, we used to play Christian records on a record player to get me to sleep. And I would put the Bible under my pillow, and because my mother, my upbringing had me so terrified, if you even told a white lie to your mother or watched a video on MTV, you were going to go to hell. So it's been a very long journey for me, and I understand. And when we have to tear down this a lot of this programming from our families, from society, to find out who are we and what do we really believe, and we need to really research and delve into these texts and religions and books and things throughout the ages to really open your mind and get the bigger picture, so that you can decide what resonates for you and what feels true to you. And I would say it was about 12 years ago when it was when Doreen Virtue was big, and we won't get into that whole thing, how she did her little whoop 360 flip and not on board with that. But that's where I had started with angel tarot cards and certified fairyologist I became, and her mediumship classes, and I had all the decks and whatever, you know. And then I started to learn about crystals and the properties, and I started to sell crystals. I had another different name. I built myself up on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube on a different name. You know, and then I just started more and more. The first beings that ever came through to me was Artemis, Persephone, and Archangel Uriel. And I just started having dreams, or I would journal, or, you know, started doing guided meditations, and I would just hear these names or see these images. And over time, you know, it developed, and I just started studying everything from Buddhism to Hinduism, Taoism, Satanism, Luciferianism, Wicca, Norse paganism, what am I forgetting? Kabbalah, Thelema, Gnosticism, Rosicrucianism, Kabbalah, did I say that? You know, read texts and things like Enuma Elish and some of the Gospel of Thomas and Judas and Apocryphon of John, you know, these things that were taken out of the canonical texts of the Bible. And I started finding, you know, YouTubers and studying the LBRP, Lesser Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram, like Lon Milo Duquette, Foolish Fish. You know, I'm getting off on a tangent already. So my point is, but I had everyone come through from Lucifer to Yeshua, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Ma Kali, Lakshmi, Ganesha, I said Lucifer, Baphomet. I work with King Asmodee, King Paimon. Pan is my patron, Pan Kernunos, and Mother Hecate, Santa Muerte. You know, I could go on and on, Odin and Freya, and I have had deities, beings, spirits, daemons of every kind of pantheon and path you could imagine come through. And that's one of the messages that they have all shared, is that yes, you can. You don't, you know, and especially when you start your journey, a lot of this, when this all started, like with Doreen Virtue, and maybe some people recognize like Abraham Hicks or Dolores Cannon or Sylvia Brown, Eckhart Tolle or Tolle, you know, these are some of the Wayne Dyer. These are some of the people that I used to follow, like way in the beginning. But it was all love and light. It was all more on the right hand, this new agey love and light, love and light, love and light, which doesn't, it's not the whole picture. I'm not throwing shade at that, but it's not the whole picture. For true spiritual growth and evolution, for complete healing, is my belief anyways. I'm not trying to tell anyone to believe, but you have got to integrate both. That's what Kabbalah and Gnosticism, even Buddhism, Hinduism, Yeshua, Buddha, what these greats were trying to impress is that, you know, the balance of the pillars of mercy and justice, the right hand, the left hand, the masculine, feminine, conscious mind, subconscious mind, yin, yang, it's all this duality. You have to have both. You have got to integrate both, which is why I feel so called to the middle path. And I'm telling you now that I have never had not one of these beings that I work with, Yeshua, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, the angels, King Asmodee, King Paimon, King Belial, the daemons, the Norse gods, the Greek gods, the Celtic gods, the Hindu gods, not any of them have ever said, don't work with that, that's evil, that's dark, you can't talk to me and you can't talk to them and you can't. Maybe some of them don't want to share altars, but they have never said you cannot, not once, and not once have I ever felt anything but love and guidance from these beings who want us to have balance, to reach our highest potential, to reach our highest selves, the HGA, as Thelema calls it, the Holy Guardian Angel. And, you know, the flame of Baphomet, the flame betwixt the horns, is enlightenment. That is what Baphomet represents, is enlightenment. And the way to enlightenment is to have the balance of the pillars. Even in like traditional witchcraft, Kelden, I love him, wrote that book, A Crooked Path. But I love the image of the crooked path because it's also the lightning bolt that comes down the tree of life in Kabbalah. The way down is the way up, my friends. But anyways, again, I'm getting off on a tangent. So any of these topics, please feel free to comment below and I will be happy to expand on. But this was trying to be kind of a overview video, and then the messages I got from King Belial. So I noticed I want to, as a Grove Witch, yes, I will channel like Pan and the nature spirits and the Fae. I don't know if you can see my fairy altar behind me, the gnomes. I love them. So as the Grove Witch, I'm very called to nature and the nature deities and the elementals. But as a Shadow Witch, I am also very called to helping people with shadow work and helping them to embrace their shadow self, to make friends with their demons, to not be afraid of the dark, to not be afraid to work with the left-hand path or the darker deities. This is where your seat of power lies, is integrating these things. So I noticed, I'm going to mention some of my favorite YouTubers or authors here for you guys, and I'll link them down below also. But there isn't a plethora, not from what I found, of people that talk about the left-hand path. And yes, you'll have a few that are, you know, Satanism or Luciferianism. But when I was looking for like specific messages from the demons of the Ars Goetia or these spirits or some guidance, sometimes it's a little hard. There's not, you know, you have a plethora of the love and lighters and the let's do a pick a card daily reading or astrology, you know, readings and things like that. But there's not a lot that are channeling the Ars Goetia or speaking to the beings on the left-hand path. And they want you to know, or I wanted you to know, that they have just as important, valuable information for your healing and your growth and for humanity as a whole as the right-hand side does. We need to be hearing from both of them. And so I really wanted to just start doing that. One of my favorite YouTubers, Megan Solar Glow Meditations, check her out. She does the dowsing rods, you know, what is this? She does the dowsing rods. I don't feel called using dowsing rods, and in fact, they're telling me my forte is kind of automatic writing. I don't know why, but I just start journaling and stuff just comes out. So they really want me to use that format and to just channel their messages for you. They're saying no tools or no parlor tricks. Not that those, you know, I love pendulums, I love dowsing rods, spirit boards, tarot. I'm on board with all of that. But they're saying for me, what they want me to do here is to channel and to automatic write, and that's it. So that's what we're gonna do. But Megan Solar Glow Meditations, I've watched her develop in her journey, and I just love her. She's the sweetest thing, but she's not biased. Like whatever being wants to come through, she's talked to everyone from Merlin to Hecate to Lilith to, you know, Yeshua, the angels, Uriel, Raphael, you know, again, whoever comes through, and she's not allowing that bias. Like I said, a lot of us have that childhood trauma or our family, society, religious, you know, beliefs that tell her, oh my God, that's evil, and, you know, don't talk to that. And I'm sure she's gotten hate and clap back from people, and oh my God, you channeled Lilith, like, you know. But no, I love her and YouTubers trying to break down this bias so that these beings can come through and share this valuable information with us that we need to help us in our journeys. So I don't want to forget anybody. Black Magic Dirah does tarot readings with the Ars Goetia. I love her. That Divination Witch has spoken to like both sides. She's a little more kind of left-hand path, I guess you might say. But I love her. Sef Alchemist and Inner Witch, I love them. They were some of the first ones to ever come on and do tarot readings and talk about the demons and educate people on the fact that they're not, you know, angels are not good and demons are not bad. They were all diamonds, the Greek word for spirit, knowledgeable spirit. Christianity, religion separated them into angels, deities, demons. Any spirit can have the propensity to be good or evil. Either way, everything has two faces. Pan, myself, you, everyone can go to either side. So I love Sef Alchemist, Inner Witch, Drake, the Working Dragon Mystic, Astro Papi, I said Dark High Priestess, right? Mars King, Order of Chaos. So these are some good ones if you want to check out some more left-hand path or more, you know, want more information on what we would call that. They're some of my favorites. And Morgue, I love Morgue. He is super genius level smart, has like written 5 books, I think. I highly recommend. Neogenesis, I'm trying to think, I don't want to say the words wrong. But he's kind of starting this new whatever, revolution, I guess, I don't know what to call it, where there's science and math along with spirituality. He teaches about the Kabbalah and the right and the left, the Clip-Off, the Sephiroth, the angels, the demons, and that they are forces in your own mind. They are archetypes to be integrated within yourself. It's super fascinating. Highly, highly, highly recommend you check him out. Every Sephiroth, every Clip-Off is related to a deity, angel, demon, whatever you want to call it, that is to be integrated. That's a very long topic for another day. So, and if you're looking for books like Michael W. Ford, Luciferian, hold on, I don't want to say it right, it's sitting right here. Here it is, Luciferian Witchcraft. This was a Christmas present. I'm about halfway through. I'm loving this book. Travis McHenry makes the occult tarot deck, the Baphomet tarot deck. He's a great creator. Jason Miller, Damon Brand, and S. Connolly. She's amazing in the field of demonology, demonolatry. I'm not sure which one she would call it. I don't want to like offend her, but she has written a whole lot of books. These people are amazing, so check out their books as well. And then of course you always have Anton LaVey, the Satanic Bible, and things like that. So I just want to check my notes here that I'm not, I think I've already just like blown through most everything. Oh, and then I just wanted to share one other example on my journey that was like a huge kind of aha moment for me. As I was studying, oh, there's another book I highly recommend. It's called The Pillars of Consciousness. Shoot, I don't think I have it right by me. It's really thick. It's like reading a college text, so it's not a light read, just to forewarn you. It is a hefty book, and it has Taoism, Buddhism, Zen Buddhism, and Tantric Yoga, I believe, are the 4 topics it covers. So I highly recommend that too, because if you start delving into all these beliefs and all these religions and all these paths, a lot of it's the same. A lot of the things they were trying to teach are the same. A lot of the concepts are the same. A lot of the spirits and deities are similar archetypes, but they just call them by different names. Like in Hinduism, they have the Nagas. Please don't come at me and forgive me. You can correct me nicely down below if I'm wrong, but I believe it's in Hinduism that they have the Nagas. But anyways, they're just called different, things in the different cultures. But they were trying to impress, again, that at the left and the right, you have to have the balance of both. You can also think of it as conscious mind, subconscious mind, right hemisphere of your brain, left hemisphere of your brain. So, oh yeah, ADHD. So my daughter and I spent time in a homeless shelter at the end of 2020 until almost January of 2022, during the time of COVID, when many people were suffering from ill health and job loss. And yeah, we got right in the thick of all that and had to go to a Christian women's homeless shelter. So, and of course I was not allowed to bring any of my witchy tools or crystals or anything with me. That was very, very hard for me. But in case you're ever thinking that you can't progress without anything, I just want to also encourage you, yes, you can. Do you know one of the first times Lucifer ever appeared to me and started to help me and take me down that rabbit hole and show me the left-hand path was in a Christian shelter when I had no tools and no witchy things around me at all? So yeah, anyways, just thought that was a little tidbit there. But of course, one of the stipulations of being in the shelter, they will help you get your food stamps, your welfare, your apartment, get you all set back up, get you back into society. They do a lot of good for a lot of people, but they tried to enforce their religion on anyone. While you were there, twice a week you had to go to chapel or Bible study, etc. And there were people from many cultures. There were people there from India, China, just everywhere there. Buddhism, Hinduism, I'm trying to think of we met people from literally all over the world while we were there. And there was one cute little girl, I wish I could say her name, it was such a different name. There's 2 of them actually that became very good friends. I just love them. But the pastor woman of the place came to her and she was all like, you have to follow God or else you'll go to hell, blah, blah, blah. And she looked at her and she was like, so you're telling me that my whole family, And not just my whole family, but my whole country and my whole culture is wrong. And only you know the truth. And I'm supposed to believe in you over my parents, who I love, who raised me, and their parents, and my culture, and my, I don't know, they're not priests or whatever over there. I'm not sure what they're called, you know, but my temple, my whatevers, only you are right, you know? And it just hit me, and I was like, I'm so glad she like stood up to her and said that, because she's right. Like, these fascist, whatever, Christians, Catholics, you know, whatever, Islam, all your monotheistic Abrahamic religions, my God's better than your God's type of, you know, people think like that. But for her, in her reality, she's not like me. She's not scared of the devil or demons, or, well, not anymore, but she never was. That means nothing to her. When they were like, oh, you're gonna go to hell, what is it? That meant nothing to her. There's some big red guy with fucking horns that's gonna come drag you and torture you in a pit of fire. That meant nothing to her. And I realized she's not scared of that, so she's probably not going to see that when she passes over. Like, that is, it's what you believe. That's why I love Morgue also, and impresses upon you the part of mentalism, that source consciousness is mind. Yes, it's hard to, you have to have the balance, but it's mind over matter. Source consciousness is the all mind. It's what you believe. She was taught that there's, you know, nagas or whatever, or she was taught the whatever, or you're taught the threefold law, or you're taught the this or that. That's what she believes in. She doesn't have fear that demons are evil, or of the words like devil and Satan like I was. That is not her reality. So I just wanted to share, that was just kind of like a aha moment for me, that this woman thought she was like going to really convert her, and she really just had no fear of that whatsoever. And I believe in reincarnation, which I've said before. If you think about that, or if you do believe in reincarnation, you've already been Hindu, Buddhist, Taoist, you've already been Muslim, Christian, Catholic, Satanist, pagan. You've already been all these things. And guess what? You're still here. Your soul is still growing. You're still evolving. Eventually we will break ourselves out of this matrix and evolve to the higher dimensions as well. We choose to come here to learn. You know, you're still here. So whatever belief you had that you were going to be stuck in eternal hell, or this or that or the other thing, you weren't. We're still going on. And so, oh, let me take a drink. Like I baked you some shut the fuck up cakes. But I don't know, maybe that could help someone. I hope that helps somebody. But it was just a tiny bit of my background. And, you know, yes, it takes a while. It took a while for me to peel back those levels of trauma and fear of words like Satan and the devil. And trust me, I went through existential crises, like when Lucifer first came through. Well, is he also the Satan, Azazel, Samael, all these different names? And then I got into Kabbalah and Polema and Gnosticism, and is he also Yaldabaoth and Sakloth and the Demiurge? And trust me, if you go down, you're going to get into all this. And then, you know, we got Pan, who's also been called Kernunos and the witch's devil. You got the black man at the crossroads. There's all these things, and I'm like, oh my God, who's what? Are they the same? My number one also tip, aside from not letting the gatekeepers bother you and just trusting your intuition and incorporating whomever or whatever you want into your practice, is not be afraid to talk or to research or to allow these beings to at least speak to you at first. I'm losing my train of thought here. To trust in the energy more than their history, because that's not always true, as we know. Mythologies, other people's opinions, their UPGs, as you call it, you know. You can read, you can study, you can do all that, but you have to trust in the energy and how it makes you feel. When Lucifer came through, oh my God, see, I'm getting a little... For the first time, same with Pan, I've never felt such, oh my God, why is it, I'm gonna cry, overwhelming love in my life as I felt from these beings especially when they would come through the first couple times, and they would simply just tell me their name, or I would get a vision here, and I could feel their energy. Lucifer was this golden, just beautiful light, and I've never felt so loved in my life. And he just wants, he has both energies, but just wants you to love yourself and to empower yourself and to be your best version. And he knew I was really struggling with the whole religious thing and with self-worth and self-esteem. And I just felt, it's hard to describe unless if you felt it, you know what I'm talking about. They've all done it to me, where I just feel this overwhelming sense of love. I just feel warm and cherished and valued and encouraged. They will come through as almost like a father figure sometimes, or mother figure, and like hold you, and it's like getting a hug. But then at the same time, they will encourage you and they will push you like a mother pushing a baby bird from a nest. They don't want you to cling to them forever. They don't want you to spiritually bypass or cling to anything too much outside of yourself. They want you to realize that this is all within yourself and to empower yourself. But I just want you to remember to just trust the energy. Yes, there are evil beings out there, and there are parasitic energies, and there are real fuck asses, like I say. But 99% of the time, these are not what you're calling demons. These are not the demons, the old gods, the the whatever. A lot of their names and stories also have been misconstrued throughout times, but those are parasitic entities, soulless little assholes, like the what do they call those in Harry Potter, the Dementors? Like, there are those out there, okay? But that is not what the demons are, and these deities and things like that. So just trust your feeling above all and the energy that comes through, okay? So on that note, I'm trying to wrap this up. I'm literally doing this on my lunch break, and I hope you don't mind my ugly homemade freaking filter we have for our apartment there. So in the future, I may channel and write while I'm doing the video, but for this first video ever, I, in the morning, sat with King Belial and I wrote down, and as you could see, it came out real fast. And so these are the messages that King Belial wanted to, and I might have to get my reading glasses out. I really don't want to, but I might have to if I can't. I asked him what message he would like to have for the collective for this video today, and he said that rough times are ahead. Yes, I understand what is happening and what you are seeing in the media and politics and in the world right now. But most of all, know thyself. Don't let anyone tell you what to think or believe. Don't pay attention to the false flags, the false media, or believe the lies that are put before you. Trust in your own intuition above all else, not what your physical sight is showing you. Energy doesn't lie. So see, there we go. He was also talking about what I was just talking about. If something feels off, then it is. Always go within. Focus on what brings you joy. Keep your vibration high. Do the healing work you need to do within yourself. Don't let yourself be distracted or separated, because everything they are doing is to distract or separate you. Pay attention to what you know to be true within yourself. The way up is the way down. The way out of the dark is through it. You cannot avoid it. You cannot go around it. Embrace your shadows. Do not run from them. Embrace your divine sovereignty. Oh, I remember him saying this now. Okay. You are all fallen angels. You are all pieces of source consciousness that chose to come down here through the lightning path that fell or chose to come down into physical matter, so source consciousness could experience itself in physical matter to learn and grow and experience. It is like a video game, but what you all forget is that you are the controller, or he actually showed me the PS. You actually hold the controls. You can alter reality and you can change your timelines. It's all in your perception and beliefs. It's like she says, he means me, says, oh, when I teach about trauma, that you have to remove the malware and the virus programs that were installed in you from your society, from your family, from generations before you, and reinstall your own software. Source is mine, mind is all. We are part of you. right, left, dark, light, masculine, feminine, subconscious, conscious, God, devil, ego, shadow. It's all us. It's all you. This is all for now. And that's what he said. Hail King Belial or Belial. Thank you. So, oh, and just one more thing. Disclaimer, I'm not a medical professional. I am not a psychologist. I am not a certified blah, 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 whatever. So anything we may talk about on here, questions you may ask, just keep that in mind. I'll have to do that disclaimer. So if you would like to submit questions for me to ask whatever being, Damon, deity would like to come through, please submit your questions. I'm hoping maybe in the future I'll get to the point kind of like Megan on Solar Glow, where she actually has to have like this Google Doc because she gets so many questions, because I feel like they have a lot to say. There is a lot they really want to say. They must, because I'm getting emotional again. So please comment and put your questions below. Not like, am I going to win the lottery? Or is Billy Sue or Bobby Blue, whatever, my true love of it? No, you know, like, how can I find my true purpose? Or is there really a false light? Or, you know what I mean. Please submit your questions. And, oh, also, if I haven't gotten to a specific demon or angel from the Ars Goetia, the Ars Notoria, or from a specific pantheon, someone that you would like me to channel, please also put their name below. But in the meantime, I'm just going to keep making videos based on whoever pops up into my head. And today it was King Belial wanted to come through. So please like, comment, share, subscribe if you like this if you like this content. And really, thank you for stopping by, my friends. Blessed be. Bye.